We're going to commence our service for the Shabbat by lighting the Shabbat candles, and I'll call on Karen and Eleanor to light the candles on page 120.
Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu b'chagig shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Thank you.
So we're going to try something a little bit different this evening. All of us are going to participate in writing a sermon. So in order to give you enough time to sort of think about the topic, I'm going to give an introduction now. And throughout the service, just begin to kind of reflect, and then we'll share our thoughts together, okay? So 2 days ago, I met with a congregant on behalf of his committee. We were trying to figure out where to place a beautiful plaque in memory of Harvey Gandler, who designed this beautiful chapel that we are here this evening. Of course, it brings to mind this week's Parsha, Terumah, and the famous passage upon which I and thousands of other rabbis have sermonized on, V'asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham, and they shall make for me a sanctuary, literally a sacred space, and I shall dwell among you. Indeed, not only we, but other religious faiths, such as Christianity and Islam, have built beautiful churches and mosques to show their dedication to God, their Terumah, which is the name of this portion, which is translated as a free will offering of the finest material things. People bring the finest material things to offer to God. If you read this portion, you'll see the beautiful things from the Rechush Gadol, the great wealth that they got from Egypt, was used in part to build the beautiful tabernacle. So in our day, it was our practice to tithe, to give monies, to donate it, in our efforts to make a sacred space. In the 17th century, there was a rabbi and who drew upon Talmudic sources as well as mystic sources to talk about sanctuaries of the heart. Not sanctuaries in space, but how do we create a sanctuary of the heart? So that's the question for this evening for us to explore together, which is how do we build a sacred space in the heart, the soul of ourselves? What do we do to find inner peace and tranquility? A space where we try to do our best to maybe commune with God. However you think of that question, what do you do to create a sanctuary within yourself? Okay? And so when we come to the sermon part, that will be open for discussion. You can also think about this sanctuary. It doesn't have to be limited to what's in the heart. You can think about how do we create sanctuary? What does it mean to create a sacred space where God can dwell amongst us? Okay? Good? Good. Okay. So we're going to continue now with Hine Matov, page 128. From there right into Ma Yafeh Hayom.
And we're going to do the newer melody of Hine Matov, so I just want to remind everyone that it translates into how good and pleasant it is to dwell with brothers among us. And so in the middle of the song we have how good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Okay. Hine Matov, umanayim shevetachim gam yachad. Hine Matov, umanayim shevetachim gam yachad. Repeat that. Hine Matov, umanayim shevetachim gam yachad.
Continue on page 133 with Psalm 98. Is there anyone who would like to lead us in that prayer? The reader would read the first 4 lines, and then we would read, not responsively, we would read the indented lines. On page 133. Rachel, please. At the top. Adonai is sovereign.
Adonai is sovereign. Let the earth exult, the many islands rejoice. Dense clouds are around God. Righteousness and justice are the base of God's throne. O you who love Adonai and hate evil, God guards the lives of God's loyal ones, saving them from the hand of the wicked. Light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright.
O you righteous, rejoice in Adonai, and acclaim God's holy name.
And we continue now with the wonderful Chadodi, page 138 and 139. We continue now with the Chatzi Kaddish, page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש וירבא ויעמד יברכותי וימליך מלכותי בחיי כל ויומי כל ובחיי כל בית ישראל
for the Baruch Hu. We remain standing for the Shema on page 152. Seated, we continue with the Haftarah, page 154.
להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
And let us read responsively on page 157 in the middle, the last section in A World Torn by Violence and Pain. Have any volunteers to lead us in that prayer? It's a beautiful prayer. Please. Thank you, Nate.
World torn by violence and pain, a world far from home and peace. Give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May the earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your ways.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
And we continue now with Ufros Alenu Sukat Shlomecha, Apore Sukat Shalom Alenu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim, page 160.
Please join me on the text on the bottom of page 160, the Baruch Atah Adonai Haporei Sukat Shalom. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us. Baruch atah Adonai, Haporei Sukat Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Let's repeat that again. Baruch atah Adonai, Haporei Sukat Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
And we continue with the Vishamru on page 162.
Shabbat
rise for the tefillah, page 164.
Adonai, Sefer Tivta, Ufi Agita Ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah.
Silent meditations or in the prayer book, page 172 to page 180. join in prayer together. Top of page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. And we continue with the Oseh Shalom, page 178. I'm going to move down here. Did you want to try to move the camera? Okay, great. Thank you.
He's got another camera.
Oh, okay. There you are. You're all prepared. For the people who are online, you can participate in this by just chatting. You can send a chat, and maybe Andy will read your comments to us. Well, we've had. Oh, okay. All right. Great. Good. All right. So let's start. The question is, how do we create sanctuary? With an emphasis on sanctuary of what's inside here. It's an interesting idea. First of all, what are your thoughts about what constitutes a sanctuary? What makes up a sanctuary?
The people.
The people, okay.
The people. I mean, think about it, how elaborate a sanctuary may be and all the sacred things we have here. If nobody comes,
Mm-hmm.
it's not, it may still be a holy place, but it's an empty holy place.
Mm. So people are a critical component in terms of a physical sanctuary.
And the other thing, the people who come don't need to come because they have to come, or they think it's the right thing to do. You're here for camaraderie, for friendship, but it's also for spirituality. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there a passage someplace that said, God doesn't want you just to come and pray to me if you don't do what you're praying for?
Yes. Yeah. In other words, prayer and being in a sanctuary should motivate you to be a better human being. Yeah.
I heard a quote this week. It was basically explaining how mitzvahs work in a Jewish lens, and it was saying that a mitzvah isn't something that you do, it's something that you step into, it's an action. It's more like something that you embody. And I like how you mentioned that a sanctuary isn't just a worship space, it's a people. Judaism, based on how I've been experiencing, isn't a religion in like how we modernly understand religion. It's more like you go, like in other spaces, like you go to this place every week because you have to. In Judaism, it's more like a way of life. So you're performing these mitzvahs because it becomes a part of who you are, and it becomes a part of your daily routine because you want to embody those traits that are attached to these mitzvahs. Like tzedakah is given to charity, right? Tzedakah is given to charity. You start to embody a charitable attitude within your life, so it doesn't feel like a mitzvah. It's like now it's not an obligation; it's more like something that you do. And I feel like that represents to me what a place or like a sanctuary is. Everyone who comes here brings something that embodies the spirit of Am Yisrael. So I thought that was I thought that kind of shifted my perspective.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So the idea of a sanctuary is that you bring your mitzvah and how that changes you as a person, and that gets shared by the people who occupy the sanctuary, and we all benefit from that. Yeah. Yes.
Sanctuary is like a home. Sometimes it's not four walls. So some people say, I want to go home. It's not that they're going to a space, they're going to the people there. And sometimes, a home is, like for a husband and a wife, home is there in that person. And, sanctuary, I think of, is it the Hunchback of Notre Dame, right? Where he's saying sanctuary. Well, he's screaming sanctuary, and I think a sanctuary is somewhere where you're not judged, and somewhere where you are free to be yourself, and everyone is welcome, just like your own home. There's no judgment, and there's always open arms, no matter what. So.
I think a sanctuary is a very safe place to get away from the day-to-day struggles that all of us face. It's a getting away from, our day-to-day, whole, ordinary, and experiencing something that's special. Yeah.
Yourself, if you're judging yourself or have shame, when you're here, God is not judging you.
And by extension, none of us, that's what we have to strive for, all of us, to make sure that we're not, judging one another or engaging in that. It kind of frees us in a way. Yeah. Yeah, you had your hand up, please.
But it's a place we come together to pray.
Very well said. A Beit Tfilah is a mikdash. It's the same as a Beit Mikdash. House of prayer is the same as a mikdash, a sacred, a Beit Mikdash. From the word kodesh, the root is kodesh, which is holy, and a mikdash is a sanctuary, a holy space. Yes.
I was thinking though that a sanctuary doesn't have to be a building. It can be a particular place. Maybe there's a place in a garden that is your sanctuary, your place to just let it go, let your thoughts flow, and perhaps be close to God. Just just be there. A safe place, a comfortable place, or could be maybe you love Dolphin Island. That's your sanctuary. You go out there to the beach. It's not a building.
A studio.
Because
I got my talent, and I honor him every time I paint.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think Maggie, who could be with us tonight, but she is online, I think she would agree that the studio can be a sacred space, a sanctuary space where you express your God-given talent, you know.
Yeah, I need you.
Yeah. I'm not a good subject to be painted, but that's okay. I'm honored that you would do that. Mm-hmm.
Want to know about the individual. The individual, if you're a decent human being and kind and general,
Yeah.
you feel better.
Yeah.
You feel better. If you do something for somebody else, I don't know about anybody else here, but if you do something for somebody else,
Yeah.
you feel better than they do, that you're
Yeah.
receiving tzedakah.
Yeah. You know, I don't think I've ever told this to anyone, but one of the reasons I decided to become a rabbi was that it was going to force me to be a better person. And I'll never forget this. It was well, you have to ask those who knew me before whether that's true or not. But thank you. This is this kind of a funny story. The Thursday before our class was ordained, we got ordained as a class. So there's a big thing on Saturday morning. So the Thursday before, we were invited to dinner by to the home of Dr. Jacob Rader Marcus, who was the premier American Jewish historian. He actually established the whole American Jewish history thing. That was his thing, and he was quite outspoken. And so we went there, and we had a nice dinner. And of course, because you have the dinner, then he's going to get up and talk, so you're sort of stuck there. You know, you can't really get out, which I don't think anybody wanted to, because he's very entertaining. And all he talked about for, I would say, a good 20 minutes at least, was how bad the rabbinate was. All he talked about was, you know, you're going to have to deal with boards, and you're going to have to deal with presidents, and you know, there's going to be money issues, and the people that got the money, you're going to have to deal. He just went on and on, and he even said, and never take a position south of the Mason-Dixon line, because you'll never get out of there.
That's the good part.
Well, here I am. You can see but, so he went on and on like that. Just everything was bad about being a rabbi. But then he concluded, and I think he was very good at this, because I remember it distinctly. He said, but just remember, it's the only job in the world where they pay you to be a mensch. And, you know, there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that, because, you know, you're forced, even when you don't feel like it, even when I'm a human being just like everybody else. I'm no better, no worse than anybody, you know, and all of that. And it's, you know, sometimes you come to work in a bad mood. Sometimes you don't feel like being the rabbi. Sometimes you just don't feel it, you know, but, you know, you got to push that aside, and you've got to do what you're supposed to do, you know, whether it's counseling somebody, whether it's, you know, preparing for Torah study, or whatever it is. I mean, that's work like everybody else, but one of the differences is that, you know, you have to manage that part, you know, and so was a lot of truth to what he said.
You do it admirably.
What's that?
You do it admirably.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, if you really want to know what I'm like, talk to Maggie. But no, you're all wonderful, and there was some truth to what he was saying about going south of the Mason-Dixon line. Certainly, it's true with how I feel about all of you, and how wonderful you all are. So. In some ways, this is my sanctuary. I always look forward. I have a great cantorial soloist to work with. I have wonderful pianists that really create a sanctuary where we just really leave all the ordinary stuff outside. So, v'yasu li mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Our rabbis, the plain meaning is make unto me a sanctuary so that I may dwell among you. Betocham is in the, but the bet can be interpreted as in. And so our rabbis make a midrash out of, instead of saying among you, build unto me a sanctuary so that I may dwell within you. And that's this physical space, this sanctuary is a space to allow God, and however we experience God, to come within us. And that's a very, very wonderful midrash. I wish I had created it, but it's not mine. It goes back a long, long way. On that note, why don't we continue with the Misha Berach prayer? Thank you. This was good. Did we get any chat messages? Oh, well, let's hear them. No, you read. I'll mess it up. I'll hit it, and next thing you know, I'm on ESPN.com. So.
Randy said safety, and then Maggie said he is wonderful and loves his congregation.
I set all that up for her to be able to write that in. No, that's very kind. Did anyone else write?
Yeah, Leonard had Hebrew. I'm not going to try to butcher.
What's that?
Leonard had some Hebrew. I'm not going to try.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you all. I learned a lot from all of you. Thank you. It's wonderful. Okay, we're going to continue. We'll continue with I will dwell among them. Please.
This text is taken from the Torah portion that Rabbi was speaking on.
Beautiful. Thank you. We're going to continue now with the Misha Berach, page 371.
Source of strength.
pray for the healing of Nell Ennis, Susan Herring, Cliff Jackson, Wynn Maisie, Raymond Turner, and the Sunberg family. Is there anyone who you wish to add to our healing, our healing list? Yes. Thank you.
Vincent Spina.
Betty Lartigue.
Melody Chad.
Please rise for Nolenu, page 586 and 591. You want to do Yesh Kohavim first or after the reading of names? You can do it now. It's fine. You may be seated. Our service continues with the Yesh Kohavim, followed by the reading of names and the Kaddish. Yesh Kohavim is on 596.
Long after the storm itself is gone.
observe the yard sites of Joe Stern, Theodore Bear, Charles Brown, Kathleen Collodi, Linda Wainwright, and Sid Magnus. Is there anyone observing a yard site or saying Kaddish who they wish to remember at this time?
Amy Sunberg and Michael Monhout.
Buddy Benecker.
Please rise for the mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach yirutei v'yamnich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'le'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitala v'yitalal, shemei dekudsha parichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who establisheth peace unto the heavens, grant peace and comfort in the hearts of all who mourn, and let us say, Amen. Please remain standing for the Kiddush, page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafel. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kadsho, v'ahava uvraso, inkilanu, zikaron l'maseh, v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah, l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tzion, Mitzrayim, kivanu vakarta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kasherka, Ratzon in Kaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
Real tight, two hands, okay? Good job.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Go over and offer the rabbi a piece. Let him take a piece.
You should take some. You gotta have some. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
You have a piece too.
Yeah. You may be seated. Now I'll call on our board member, David Menaker, to come and extend greetings as well as the announcements for this evening.
Greetings.
Hello.
Thank you. So, a couple quick things. Wednesday, the 25th, Torah study continues. It'll be by Zoom. And studies will continue on the book of Deuteronomy. Did I say it right? Deuteronomy. So I need to go. Time waits for no person. And you need to buy your tickets today for the Purim party. So Saturday the 28th, coming up quick. Temple's having a big Purim party. It's going to include the New Orleans Klezmer All-Star Band and Mediterranean food. This is no small production. Be a part of it. You won't regret it. Tickets going to be on sale at $30 for individuals, $50 for couples, $10 13 and under, and a whole table for $250. You can purchase your tickets through the link that's in the high notes from Thursday, or you can reach out to the Temple office and you will get able assistance from our new operations coordinator. Her name is Adrienne Henderson, and I had the pleasure of meeting her early on in the process of her coming here, and I'm thrilled to say I'm very impressed and look forward to a great long relationship for her and the Temple. So if you get a chance, reach out, introduce yourself. She's on a steep learning curve, as anybody would be in that situation, but in my experience with her, she's a quick study, so it won't be long before she's explaining things to me. And I look forward to that. We do have new office hours. One thing we've changed about the dynamic of how the office runs is we've separated bookkeeping and accounting from the administrative day-to-day goings-on inside the Temple. And because of that, we were able to reduce the office hours from 10 to 2, Monday through Friday. That's our new office hours just for the administrative stuff. And bookkeeping and accounting goes on in the background on a bigger schedule. It's done online, so no limitations for time there. But I invite you, come meet Adrienne Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You won't be disappointed. Finally, something that I really enjoyed when I've attended the Interfaith Bible Study, 2 pastors and a rabbi, which sounds like the lead into a great. Anyway, it's going to be this Thursday, the 26th, 5 p.m., and it'll be held this week at Government Street Presbyterian Church. And I can tell you from past experience, look away, man. I can tell you that when Rabbi speaks, he's like E.F. Hutton. The place goes quiet and everybody listens. It's fascinating. Really. Anybody remember E.F. Hutton? I'm dating myself. I'm living up to the hair. Anyway, I've always enjoyed that, mostly because, you learn. But also, when you see this group of other people, non-Jews, most of them, taking delight in learning from our rabbi, it's really a privilege to see how they value the participation and involvement. So, this is my endorsement for everyone from our congregation to jump in and get you some. So, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate you.
And we want to, of course, thank Molly and Greg for a beautiful, beautiful service as always. Very spiritual and creates that. Music helps to create that holiness. I had argued with my 2 colleagues, the 2 pastors, that it should be rabbi and 2 pastors, but I got outvoted there. So, what's that?
That's how it goes in practice.
Yeah, but it is a great group and a great honor, really to learn with them. I mean, they really are engaged, and they'll argue. They have a very different, often have a very different point of view. They see the text a little bit differently sometimes than the way I see it, and the interchange is always respectful. It's always, everyone treats the text with a great deal of respect and so forth. There's no superiority kind of thing or anything like that. It's very, very nice. The only problem with it, and I've raised this with my colleagues, is all they want to do is study the Old Testament. And my interest is, okay, well, I kind of know that part, but the New Testament I'm not as familiar with, but they don't really want to, they really want to focus primarily on the Old Testament. I guess, but I'd be interested, like, I can read it on my own, but it's not quite the same when you learn from people that are really living that faith. So
That's very enjoyable, and we didn't just stick to a particular segment of the Bible. We had that practical case study, and it was so interesting to see all the different takes on it from the different religions, but yet they all were pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Motorcycle, yeah.
I took a course once when I was studying with a rabbi or a doctor. He has a doctorate in Jewish studies. It was Judaism in the New Testament. It was going over like the Jewish roots of like the New Testament. It was really interesting. He was just explaining the historical context of it all. So it was a very educational class.
Yeah. Very. We can thank Nate for the hypothetical, by the way. Well, we should finish the service. It's getting on the late side here. I apologize for that. We're going to conclude with Ein Kelohenu. I believe. Let me make sure I get the right page number. I think it's 626, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct.
Yep, page 626. Ein Kelohenu. We have a very lovely Kiddush in the library. I hope you'll all join us for that.
And Kelohenu has very repetitive words, so everyone please join along.
Shabbat shalom. He is so